How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And welcome to my new series called Bondo for Beginners. Bondo for Beginners is going to be a step-by-step video guide on how to use Bondo. And this is not only a learning experience for people watching, but also for me because I've never used Bondo before. But obviously, my car needs just a little love. You know, nothing too crazy. You know. Yeah, it needs a little more than a little love, but we'll just say a little. Now, I've talked to numerous people. I've gotten all sorts of advice on every aspect with Bondo, so I think we can pull this off, and it genuinely doesn't seem that hard. The reason all this cracked and flaked up is because Bondo needs a rough surface to stick to, but it needs a flat surface. And as you can see, that's all pitted. So it's going to start cracking, and then it cracks even more because moisture gets underneath and pushes it up. And I mean, it's a mess. And like, especially if not done right. I mean, you look at the other side was way, way, way worse. Now, it didn't have that little piece in the corner. Well, actually, does it? No, but it's starting. So that's lovely. We'll have to take care of that. That should be easy. Now, in the first episode of this mini-series, I'm going to show you guys what to use and how to sand down your Bondo and how to prep your surface. There's a few key things that you are going to need when working with Bondo. First thing, most important, is gloves and proper ventilation. You don't want to cheap out on this. You know, don't wear a mask. Don't, wear a bandana. Go with a respirator. I mean, it doesn't have to be 3M, but 3M is like the name brand. But you don't have to go with that, but just wear a proper respirator that's actually going to protect your lungs from this stuff, because trust me, Bondo, it's not too good for your lungs. Next, you're going to need an orbital sander. You can get a dual action one is preferred, but they're a little pricey. And this is also, showing you how you can kind of do this for cheap. So we went with the good old Walmart $20 Hyper Tough orbital sander. I mean, this will work just as fine. And it comes with like vacuum holes and a little vacuum bag, so it cleans up your mess somewhat. But the only issue is that's Velcro, and I spent almost $40 on a 100 pack of pads that are sticky. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I'll figure something out. But in the meantime, it did come with some other sanding discs. So I think we should be good. I'll figure out what to do with the stick pads. And for the grit, now you could also, there's other ways to remove Bondo, but the recommended way, I've talked to numerous body guys, and the recommended thing is to use an orbital sander, dual action, a dual action orbital sander is preferred with 80 grit sandpaper. 80 grit is enough to eat away at that Bondo without damaging any of the metal or anything like that. It's just enough to eat away and clear out all the Bondo. Now you can do it. There's numerous tools you can use to remove Bondo. You can use an orbital sander. You could use your hand and just sit there and scrub at it. There's attachments for like a Metabo and even your like handheld drill. There are attachments that can be used to clean up Bondo, but we're going with what I've been recommended. We're going with an orbital sander. Also, real quick, I'm gonna have to get new side scoops because all the plastic tabs that did hold this thing on are broken, besides this one. In fact, when I pried it off, it was held on by sticky adhesive. So I might have to get a new side scoop. I'm pretty sure all the tabs are broken and like the holes to hold them are broken. So I might have to get a new side scoop. Also, the paint's pretty chipped away. So I might just have to get a new side scoop, but that's off topic. Let's grab our PP. Oh, also, safety glasses. Definitely recommend safety glasses. But now, let's get our PPE on. Let's get our orbital sander ready. We have our lighting, and let's get to it.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. feel I don't belong. Tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best. Die with no regrets. Live with every breath. See my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams. Then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems. Try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Okay, now that we have the main area that we are fixing sanded down, I had to hit a little bit right here, back in here. I had to really chase the cracks, and I think I got them all. I'm gonna double check this over. But now what we have to do is clean up these little spots there, and then also along the edges here, because we obviously can't put Bondo on this. We have to clean this up, make it so that way it's flat, it's smooth, so that we can kind of fill the bodywork or fill the Bondo in. So now to clean all this up, I recommend two things. One, get 80 grit sandpaper and then a sanding block. Or if you even wanted to go stronger, say if your car's like rusty and you got a lot of rust here, go with a lower grit. Go with like a 60 grit, even like a 32 grit. 32 grit would really work good for removing rust. But I don't have any, so thankfully. Well, it was worse when I did this the first time. There actually was rust, but I sanded it and cleaned it all down. I mean, there's a little surface rust. It also doesn't help, bare metal exposed to the elements right now. The other option is taking a scraper, of metal, not razor blade, but a metal scraper, and just kind of chipping along at some of this Bondo. It should come up pretty easily. There you have it. It's not perfect, and the reason you see a lot of these dots is this was in a rear end collision, if you guys can't tell already. And so the metal, let me see if I can see it. It's very, very wavy. There's a lot of imperfections, a lot of dents. Honestly, if you wanted it to be absolutely perfect, your best bet would be to cut the fender out, go to the junkyard, cut the fender out, and then weld it in. But we're not doing all that. We don't have the resources or nothing like that. So in the meantime, Bondo. And now remember, before you do apply the Bondo, make sure that you hit this bare metal with a very rough grit sandpaper. Bondo sticks a lot better to rougher metal than it does to smooth metal. So make sure that you hit it with a rough, low grit sandpaper, like 36 grit, 32 grit, somewhere in there. Hit it with a very, very rough sandpaper. And in the next episode of our series, we will take our Bondo and we will put it on the car. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends. We hit 200 before the end of February. That is amazing. Let's see how far we can keep going before we hit the end of February. Thank you so much, guys. Till next time.